Hey, this is Cornelius Lindsey, and welcome to the Silent Majority. You know, with growing partisan distaste amongst many voters, there's a silent majority that's growing that doesn't find a home in either of America's two major political parties. People don't know how to identify themselves, and a large number of people are simply not voting. Of all the voters, many people are just unsatisfied with either the candidates or the system. This silent majority is growing, and we have something to say. Welcome to the Silent Majority. Hey, y'all, welcome to another episode of Silent Majority. This is Cornelius Lindsey, and I am your host.
How you doing, Cornelius?
Doing well, Jared. Hey, this is election day.
Cornelius.
Calls me what?
Cornelius.
Yeah, your son. He's absolutely amazing. But this is election day, man. Did you vote?
Oh, boy. Oh, you know I didn't. You know I ain't either. You know this.
I do.
You know this, and I'm not going to.
Nothing has changed.
And by the time you guys see this, it'll be past.
No, it won't.
Yeah.
They're
gonna see it today?
They're going to see this today.
Oh, wow.
They're going to see this today. But nonetheless, this is election day, and you're not voting, so I'm guessing you don't necessarily have a horse in the race.
No.
Did you want to put some money on who you think going to win?
I'm just sitting back eating popcorn like this, watching y'all go at it. That's all I'm doing.
I was reading an article. I forget what state it was in, but it was a group of people. They were going around to different congressmen' houses and their businesses, and they were writing on it, "Don't vote, like join the revolution." Mm-hmm. And it was like I think it was like a nail and a crescent moon. It's like the symbol of it. Mm-hmm. But it's like, they're telling people, don't vote, join the revolution. Don't vote, join the revolution. But
it sounds violent.
It does, but I mean, they're not winning because right now, I mean, we have record turnout. Mm-hmm. We have more people who've done early voting than we have people who voted in the 2016 election.
That's because they've been advertising it all across Facebook, all across Instagram, lower thirds. They're putting it in stories.
Do you feel like that is the biggest reason? Or do you feel like people are just very much in tune to this election due to all the propaganda?
Well, they're in tune because of the propaganda. So that's why they're...
Do they have a horse in the race?
Do I?
I said, do they? Do you believe they have a horse in the race?
I don't know, to be honest. It's really too hard to tell.
I don't think so.
Because who do you know is behind all these corporate media multiplexes? Like, who do you know? How do you know what agenda they're pushing?
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking out right now. Let me ask you this question: do you believe the polls?
No, absolutely not. And if you guys believe those things, I don't know, you need to get your brains checked or something. Because first of all, where are these polls coming from?
I don't know. Where are they coming from? I don't believe the polls. Remember 2016, Donald Trump versus Hillary Clinton. We're number one, even before Donald Trump became the presumptive Republican nominee. He wasn't going to get it. Jeb Bush has it in the bag. If they're going to give it to Marco Rubio, it's not going to be Trump. Then all of a sudden, Trump became the Republican nominee. Then he was running up against Hillary. Everybody was like, it's in the bag for Hillary. I think every Republican was like, we ain't even try anymore. Hillary's going to win this. Yeah. Doesn't matter. She had rented out this big, beautiful facility. Everybody was in there. Women were wearing white for women's suffrage. She had the glass ceiling that was supposed to break. I mean, she had everything. She was supposed to win. Every poll had Hillary Clinton winning. There's only one Democrat who actually stood up and said, that's not true. And it was Michael Moore. Mm-hmm. It just so happens that Michael Moore is saying the exact same thing right now.
I believe him,
dude. Have you seen the enthusiasm amongst Trump's base? Have you seen the enthusiasm? Over 30-some thousand people in Pennsylvania. I mean, he came to Macon, Georgia. He came to Rome, Georgia. I mean,
he ain't gonna win though.
Thousands of people. Who's not gonna win?
Trump.
You are crazy.
He's not going to win. Okay.
You are absolutely.
I don't think he's going to win.
You honestly think Joseph is going to take this?
I think he probably will.
Absolutely.
I think he's going to squeak it out. I think he's going to squeak it out.
Well, if he did squeak it out, it's going to have to be a cheat to squeak it out. I don't see it.
I know the polls are out there saying that he's in the lead and he's going to win, and same thing that they did with it.
I feel like the polls are misleading because it's going to create more of a violent scenario. Mm-hmm. So if Trump does win, it's like, it's more distrust. It's like, hold up. But he was losing. You know, there was a pollster that came out today that said, okay, I know what you're thinking, but Trump will win Michigan, Florida, and Arizona. These are 3 battleground states. Trump wasn't supposed to win Florida with Hillary. Like Miami-Dade was supposed to come out. Broward County was supposed to come out and vote for Hillary Clinton in large numbers. Mm-hmm. That didn't happen. Pennsylvania was supposed to come out and vote for Hillary Clinton in large numbers. That didn't happen. When Joe Biden got up and when he said in the last debate that he was going to change the oil industry, whatever he said about fracking, all that kind of stuff, Pennsylvanians, they heard that. Mm-hmm. And I feel like he kind of lost his shot in Pennsylvania.
The difference is, though, is the propaganda. I don't think that there was such a hard media push to vote in the last election. And the difference is, I feel everybody is out there. You're seeing all these ticker tapes saying, you know, vote on social media, go vote. And I think a large base of social media is pulling for Biden.
Of course, a large base.
I feel like that's going to be the difference.
But here's the thing. You have such a small majority of those individuals who are even watching, who are looking at social media. I mean, I'm on social media. My accounts are.
It ain't a small group of individuals.
But here's the thing. It's social media has that stuff. I haven't seen it on mine, but I also don't go on my social media. You know, I have people who go on there for me and do all that kind of stuff. So I don't see it. So you have maybe thousands, if not millions of people who actually have social media who are not consciously seeing it. You also have people who I know who are seeing it every single day, but they're just not going to vote. Mm-hmm. Looking at you. They see it, but they're like, okay, I'm gonna get it done. Like I talk.
There's a small percentage of people that's
I talked not going to vote today, and he was like, I was like, yo, did you go vote? And he's like, nah. I'm like, you don't go vote later on? He's like, if I find some time to. And I'm like, you don't care. You don't care nothing about it. You don't care. And he was like, no, I do. Like, you know, I won't. And he said who we wanted to win. And I was like, but so you care, but you don't care enough to actually sacrifice your time to go do it.
No.
Nevertheless, that's his personal opinion. A vote is a right. You have a right to vote. Mm-hmm. That is your right. You are not obligated to. You have a right to. And I don't feel like anybody should be pressured into taking up a right that they don't necessarily want to take up. That's why it is a right. Nevertheless, when it comes down to it, man, I don't see Joseph taking this. They're also saying it's really close. I don't believe it's that close.
You think it's a blowout?
I don't necessarily think it's a blowout, but I do think it's going. I think it's going to come down to the same thing it came down to 2016. Remember 2016? They were saying you know, this could go into the weekend. This could do this, and I don't think it's going to be this. It's going to be razor thin in Florida. We don't know if we're going to get all the ballots counted. You know, we don't get the ballots counted for Miami-Dade. Pennsylvania may be too close to call. Michigan is going to be too close to call. North Carolina too close to call. Then all of a sudden they call Florida without counting the panhandle votes because they knew Trump would get all the panhandle. Mm-hmm. They called North Carolina. They called Pennsylvania. They called Ohio. They called Iowa. And in those callings, because it wasn't as close as what they thought it was.
This is different, though. This year is different. Much different. I don't see it. First of all, you got the coolest guy on earth, Barack Obama, pushing hard for my man Joe and Michelle. And with that last video that Barack did when he switched that 3-pointer and was like, this is what I do. This is what I does. I've been doing this since I was a baby. Y'all new to this. I'm true to this. Barack is, that's the difference, man. Like, you got social media, you got Barack and Michelle. Like, it's going to be tough for Trump to win this one, man. It's going to be really tough.
I don't even think you believe anything you're saying right now.
I mean, listen,
I don't even think you believe anything you're saying.
If you guys are going to come to the realization, you guys are going to become disillusioned to the fact sooner or later. You're going to be like, you know what? This is where I heard it first.
They heard it from
you guys are going to become disillusioned to the fact that your vote matters.
And Joe Biden's going to win because President Obama shot a 3-pointer and swooshed it.
Absolutely.
Got it.
Absolutely. Don't matter about no platform. It's all optics.
I don't know. I also saw another article. How you feel about this? So I saw another article that said that the spoilers of this race were black men.
Because they all vote for Trump now.
They said the spoilers of this race are black men. I was reading something the other day that was showing that Donald Trump can get upwards of 20% of the black vote. Mm-hmm. If that's the case, then that's over doubling the amount that he had when he defeated Hillary Clinton.
Wow.
So, and then I think out of that 20%, there's a huge majority of black women who are voting for Joe Biden. But I think where the black men come in, the black men are voting for Trump. I saw another article that said that the one of the reasons why black men are voting for Trump is because of chauvinism. That I thought the article was really dumb, but anyway, it was saying that black men are voting for Trump because Trump speaks. He has a straightforward attitude, and that black men prefer that, and it's a sense of chauvinism, and that's the reason why they're voting for Donald Trump. I don't believe that's the case at all. I think most of the reasons why the main reason why black people are voting for Donald Trump are for economic reasons. Well, I mean, if it is true that in policy, economy matters, which I mean, in my world, my economy matters. It does. Absolutely. Like that stuff matters. It's not the only thing that matters. It's not the only thing that matters, but I think for a lot of people, economy, maybe the global economy may not be higher on their list, but their personal economy is. And for black, I mean, I think every black man probably has an idea of why he's choosing to vote for Donald Trump. I think, or, the black men that I know, most black men I know are voting for Donald Trump. They will never tell their wives that. They will, and they boldly online posted they're voting for Joe Biden because they're afraid of what people will say. Mm-hmm. But when I talk to them, they're like, yo, you already know I'm voting for Trump. And I'm like, well, why? What is this? And I get that over and over and over again from guys who you would normally think, oh, you can probably vote for Joe Biden. That ain't the case. They're voting for Donald Trump. It's only because of money, though. It's only because of money. I don't necessarily. They're not voting for him for his personality. For his personality. Oh, go ahead. They're not voting for him because they feel like he's I don't know. They're not voting for him because they think he's a nice guy, or they think that anybody's voting for him because they think he's a nice guy. Nobody. I think if you were to poll every American, I don't know if any American would say, I voted for Donald Trump because I think he's a nice guy, or I think he has great rhetoric, or I think he has a great personality. Those things play. They have a percentage of those things play major factors into it, though. I was talking to a guy at the gym, and he said the reason why he could not vote for Donald Trump. He said the only reason why is because of his personality. He said, when I look at a president, I want somebody who's going to be presidential. He said, and Joe Biden comes all presidential. I mean, that was his, and he's a black man, mid-30s. This is how he said it. He said, if Donald Trump had a better personality, if he had a personality like Mike Pence, he said, I will vote for Donald Trump. I like Mike Pence. He said, but the only reason why I won't, so if Mike Pence is president, would you actually go vote? No, absolutely not. Are you crazy? And my mom and dad are probably going to be pissed seeing this because they're on the corner, like they're doing it. Like big ups to you, mom and dad. They're out there with the signs, like they're being they're out there in the polls, volunteering. What about down-ballot races? I feel bad. What about down-ballot because it's still part of the system. Like it's still part of the system. Like here. No matter what it is, like, and that's the only reason why I'm not voting is because one, people keep voting their oppressors into office. That's number one. Jesus, I said it. I said what I said. I said what I said. This man said, stop voting your oppressors into office. So what else you gonna vote for? I'm not voting. So who's going to be in control? Is it going to be full anarchy? No, so who are you going to vote for? So I'm not voting, period. That's so if you don't vote, then what is the other option? I will vote when we have reparations that are due to us that is inclusive of our own period. Do you feel our own country? When you say our own, you're talking about black people, right? Let me ask you this question. Can we have reparations without an apology? An apology for slavery? We have an apology. People are already sorry. I mean, whether it's formal or what. We do not have a formal. We don't care about no apology. I don't care about you. You ain't got to say sorry. That don't mean nothing. Like, just give me what I'm owed. I don't care if you say sorry or not. Listen. In order for me to have something that is owed to me, then somebody needs to admit guilt. That's even how we do it in a court of law. That is an admission of guilt, though. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. There has to be a formal apology. It's never been a formal apology. I mean, America, we apologized to Native Americans, and then we paid them for it.
Right.
We apologized to, I think
Japanese.
We apologized to the Japanese.
And paid them. And they're still getting paid.
But there's never been a national apology to Black Americans. And before there is this sense
that's because
of
it'll bankrupt the system.